Get this up and running. Hold on, my thing is acting a little weird. There we go, much better. Okay, so recap. Last we left off, our adventures have finally reconvened in the Las Vegas-esque town of Angaria. The party had split earlier, and one group went on to go fight a Baron vampire, while the other one dealt with the mob boss in this town, and had to come to amends with a vigilante by the name of Dawn Reaver, I think. It was Gwen. Her name's Gwen. Anyhow.
It was Dawn Reaver. That was her codename.
Dawn Reaver, there you go. After all reconvening at the new manor that Shizuki had acquired with his vast amounts of wealth from previous missions and such, they started to formulate a plan of what they wanted to do next, whether it was to go after the next power source from Zeos, or if it was going to be going to Galeburg after Aaron's house had been blown up. But during all this discussion, Aaron had actually decided to scry on Relicanter and saw that he was taking the form of Prince Reiner, who, for those of you that know this, Shizuki had actually been being an imposter of Prince Reiner in Primralty, so now there's an imposter of the imposter going about, trying to cause whatever mayhem he is. So, as we left off, we did discover that there was a book that might make explanations that ties in Shizuki being related somehow to Angel of Death. We also found an arrowhead that has a means to block teleportation of a minor deity like Relicanter, if we can hit him with it. And it seems like whatever plans he has in motions, it will probably be in our best benefit to stop. So, last left off, it looks like we're trying to make our way, using Azrael's help possibly, to teleport to Primralty to put an end to Relicanter. One of the issues is what we're trying to prep. Aaron has Shizuki's Soul Stone and is possibly going on a murder spree to go and get it recharged up before the fight. But we'll see how that goes.
Yeah, in fact, that's kind of what I want to jump right into. So, because when we ended last session, that's where he said, like, he was actively heading towards. So, on that, Aaron, you find yourself in the dark, depressing, grim district that is the Argyle district of the city of Angaria. I mean, for one, it smells like filth. As Shizuki told you, this is not a place for tourists. Immediately around you, you see several scantily clad women who are making their way down the dirty city streets, as well as several shady individuals, many who are leaning against buildings. Some have already you've caught their attention, as you notice a couple shadowy figures who are eyeing you. Immediately when you arrive, this elderly man walks up to you and he says, "Excuse me, sir, could I please have perhaps a scrap of bread or a coin?"
I'm going to flip him a gold piece and continue to walk.
Okay. About a couple more minutes pass, and a human female individual approaches you and gives you a smirk and sort of with one finger motions towards her as she has an alleyway immediately next to her.
I'm just going to keep walking.
Okay. After a
I'm
moment,
going as deep into this city as I possibly can. Like, I'm looking for the shadiest, dirtiest, nastiest people I can possibly find.
So, another minute
dark,
passes. You see this half-orc male individual who's just laying on the ground. You notice he has a cut on his arm, and he's just holding this cut going, in pain.
I'm going to get where he is on my left side. I'm going to put my hand on my right hand on my gun. I'm going to lean down and ask him if he's okay.
He says, "Yeah, I'm all right. It's just a little bird strayed too far from home. And right when he says that word, almost like it was a code word, you see about 4 other
You can jump,
individuals. About 4 other individuals who immediately rush you out of some surrounding alleyways. Each of them holding what appears to be blunt weapons. One of them's holding a knife. Another one has a gun.
Solomon, get him.
And-
Let's go.
And they said, "This doesn't have to get ugly. Just drop everything you have."
You're all gonna die. And I'm literally just going to shoot. I'm going to jump in the air as far as I can go. Solomon is going to be about 10 feet away from that guy.
I'm going to make this go as quick as we can. I'm going to give them all the same initiative. I just want you to roll initiative to see who acts first, you or them.
Okay, Fantasy Grounds did not start for me, so... Yeah,
Do you have
Fantasy
any
Grounds
dice
is not
near you?
starting.
I'll just take your word for it.
Yeah, I got one. Hold on.
Alright.
17 plus freaking like 10.
I rolled a 19 plus 2. So yes, you are first. As you see this one human, knife in front of him, running towards you, another one whose hand's coming down in almost an axe-like motion, with the gun in hand, about to be aiming directly at you. And these other two
Yeah.
holding like blunt boards rushing you. What do you do?
I'm gonna jump in the air with my wings out and sing arterial singularity straight down below me,
Right into the middle of them?
right into the middle of them. Roll me 5 strength checks.
Already doing it. What's your DC? It's 19, I believe, right?
Yeah, it's 19.
The only one that succeeds was the half-orc who was on the ground. The rest get immediately pulled in.
Good.
Technically, isn't he already prone, so he doesn't...
Technically, he was already
Kind
laying
of.
down. So. He was already laying down on the ground. You never said he got up.
Yeah, no, he's still down.
So he would he fail that strength check?
No, you only have disadvantage on dexterity saves if you're prone.
Gotcha. Well, that's fine.
I don't
Yeah,
understand that.
and then with my, with that,
What
I'm
what
going
weapons
to...
are you using for this? Your bow, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I get my second attack, which is going to be my boon, not my boon, my
Ether burst.
yeah, my ether burst, my little random roll of dice thing.
Okay.
So you can roll that for me, Evan. I know you don't usually roll shit for me, but you can roll that one for me.
I believe that's what, 3d10?
Yeah, it's 3d10, but you have to roll the what happens.
Oh, right. Yeah. So you're using your boon.
Yeah, using my
Let
boon.
Let it be known this is his first use of this, and he's had it since he got that item.
Nice.
So I just have to pull up the table for it. The balanced version of the cosmic of your item, of your gear. So let's see what happens. Nothing happens.
Okay. And then
But
that is
you're
going-
attacking one of them with your weapon as well. So for that, if you're using your bow, I don't think we ever actually... Well, no, it just converts the damage of your bow over to force damage, and then makes it do
Yeah.
some additional force. Let me just look at... I can look at your character sheet and tell you exactly how much it'll do.
Yeah.
So...
So Fantasy Grounds is apparently the updates didn't install correctly, so I'm having to uninstall Fantasy Grounds and reinstall it.
Okay, so your attack is going to do 1d12 Or no, actually, it's going to do 2d12. Is what it's going to do. Because it upgrades by 1 damage dice whenever you put that on it. So 2d12 plus 8. So that is 22 points of damage. So
Wonderful.
I'll say this, that 22 plus your 11, the one that you shoot, which one are you shooting with it?
No, let's just say I'm shooting the orc with it.
The
He pissed me
orc.
off first.
Okay. So he's dead. The other 4, witnessing this display, immediately start screaming, and they turn around and attempt to run, but of course they're unable to, because they're in the middle of your singularity. The other 4 of them look at you with a horrified expression. No, please don't. I was just trying to put food on the table. That's all.
You shouldn't have attacked me. You will die now.
Please. As the rest of them begin to start struggling with all their might, trying to move with every step, almost like they're walking on a treadmill that's going way too fast for them, as you see their feet drag backwards every time they take a step forwards. How do you want to do this?
I'm literally just going to notch 4 arrows, pull them back as hard as I can, and just zing, 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 straight through the skull, down, quick death. Quick as I possibly can.
And with a series of thuds, they all drop to the ground as you see 5 little purple orbs float into the
And
sky.
I will. Awesome. All I need is 5 more. And I'm just going to kind of walk around. I'm just going to kind of fly over the singularity, land down on the other side of it, and keep walking.
So the next thing you see is you see an elven female individual who is collapsed on the ground. And noticeable is a thick ring of red powder around her mouth and nose.
I'm going to let's see. Yeah, I'm just gonna keep walking. Actually, no. I'm gonna cast I'm gonna try to restore her. I don't remember the spell. It's not in front of me. I have it, but it's not in front of me.
I think
Lesser
it's...
I didn't just
Does Lesser Restoration get rid of poison?
I don't know. Does it? I don't have my sheet in front of me.
It's like Tony.
I
Tony.
thought it did.
Hey,
Which spell?
restoration.
Lesser Restoration.
Lesser restoration does, yeah.
Okay. You notice while initially her breathing was very shallow, you cast Lesser Restoration on her, she doesn't wake up, but some color returns to her face. She seems to stabilize a bit. You imagine she'll wake up feeling pretty nasty, but she'll live.
Good. I'm just gonna keep walking.
I thought you were supposed to be killing people, not.
I know. It's like you didn't just like.
That's where I was going with that.
Let's
And I
just
was
put
like,
a
dude,
pillow over
she's
her face for a
ODing.
second.
But, you know, I was testing to see what you would do, and now I know. So,
You have to think.
So, kill the
Aaron
guys,
just
but
got-
ladies are fine.
Aaron just got back on his true right of balance. He's going to, for the souls that he kills, he at least has to save.
Sure.
So out of every 5 he kills, one's gotta live.
so I'm gonna make the next few very cut and dry. You
Okay.
hear a woman screaming, and she says, "No, leave me alone." As you just hear her scream at the top of her lungs down an alleyway, and you see
Yep.
3 different shadows, and one of them's like, "Oh, what's the matter?"
Toop, toop, toop. All 3 of them.
You run around the corner, and immediately this tiefling male individual turns around and looks at you and says, "Who the hell do you think you are?"
I'm Aaron Black, Engine of Gluttony, and tonight is the night you die. Boom, boom, boom.
You got 3 more. The woman looks at you and says, "Thank you. Thank you so much."
What, Brandon? You weren't gonna shoot him in point blank range?
You're never living that down, man.
I know.
Plot twist: she actually
Even my
just got
nephew.
done robbing all three of them and was running away with their goods.
And I'm gonna keep walking till I see another.
The next thing you see are two human male individuals, and they are just they're in a knockdown drag out, like throwing each other on the ground, throwing swings at each other, like absolutely trying to fucking murder each other.
I'm gonna kind of walk up and go. I'll give 3 gold to the winner of who kills somebody.
They look at you and they just
And
go,
I'll throw a dagger to the floor.
okay. So they, one of them looks at you and laughs and immediately dives for the dagger. The other one dives on top of him, trying to pull his hands away from the dagger. While this other one is choking out this male, this other human male that is reaching for the dagger. And it looks like right as the light is about to leave his eyes, his hands find the dagger, which comes up and finds purchase on the side of the other guy's neck. As he gargles and gasps for air, falling off of the other one, spraying blood everywhere. This other human stands up with taking a deep breath, and he says, he looks at him and says, "Look, didn't mean to sleep with your wife. I'm sorry." He looks at you and almost comes like an oh shit realization and takes off in a dead sprint.
And I'm gonna fucking notch an arrow and go straight after him.
Plot twist. He's been
Oh,
robbed.
so you're running after him so you can shoot him in point blank range.
No, I'm standing there just.
You said
Dude,
you
I
were
got
going
fucking-
after them. Dude, you
That's what I'm
said you were
going back. I am. I'm going after
He
him.
runs
That's my
away
arrow.
with a laugh, like he keeps cackling almost maniacally as he's running away until the arrow finds the back of his skull and he falls with a roll and is motionless as you see 2 more orbs float into the soul stone.
Shiziki, I have your souls. I'm on my way back, and I'm going to use my gun, and I'm going to use my teleporting shot until I am literally at the house.
He is the local law enforcement. So yeah, so
Aaron-
the thing
Aaron
is,
Black,
with
law.
the Dark Suns, we're pretty much allowed to get away with whatever we want as long as we don't get caught. He's just walking down the streets just murdering people left and right, so we'll see. Did he ever make a perception check? Is somebody watching? Nope, we're just gonna go kill everybody. So,
We'll see what the repercussions are afterwards.
am I gonna have to do with the law? I am the law. Pew, pew, pa, 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 pa.
Aaron Black is now the sheriff.
No, he's what's
I'm back.
Judge Aaron, I
I'm
need to
back.
get you a pistol that's also a rocket launcher that's also a shotgun.
I am the judge. Hey,
All right,
you know
well-
what?
He arrives back
Listen-
and you can tell it is a fully charged soul stone.
he's like warp shots into the house. So he goes
Oh,
face
yeah.
first into
Like-
the house when he warp shot. Stop. He said he warp shot like into the house.
Dude, I could shoot it through, like in the house, like inside the house. I could shoot it through a window, laying it purchase on the floor, and I would end up in there. You gotta
Hey,
think, Nick.
all I'm saying is, who says that window's open?
Where his bullet goes, he goes.
The
So
bullet could shoot through the window, okay? Like, I look, okay, you know what? Just for Nicholas' sake, I shoot the window with the gun to appear right in front of him and smack him in the back of the head as I hand Suzuki a soul stone.
Ekram looks at you and he says, "So I guess I need to go get another window, my lord."
Ekram's here?
Ekram?
When did Ekram get here?
Not Ekram. I mean, fucking not Ekram. Other Goliath. I don't have those notes open. Your Goliath servant, the builder, groundskeeper. Do I need to pull up those notes?
Orsic. I just pulled it up.
Orsic, thank you, Orsic. Yes, that's what Orsic says. Sorry, they
Well, I
have the
mean, you
same
would have
voice.
to if this dumbass didn't shoot it.
I already smacked you in the back of the head once. Do you want me to smack you in the back of the head again?
Hey,
I can do
hey,
I will. I can smack you in the back of the head again. Do you? I mean, if that's what you want, we can do that.
whatever you say, bro. You know, yeah, all I'm saying, you just have to shoot through the window.
All right. I'm gonna backhand him and then keep walking.
Like an
Straight in the nose. Someone roll it for me. Roll me a 20. I'll tell you what the post is.
I dodge it and try to trip him.
That's-
and try to trip him.
That's 17, but I don't think your strength is all that good.
I dodge him and try to trip him.
Make an athletics check. You need to make a acrobatics check. I will make that for you.
Me or
Okay, that's not me.
You, Phoenix, make an athletics check.
That's. Do I have a dex? Is that a dex skill? Do I make a dex
Yes,
skill?
it's
'Cause that's like-
dex.
okay, then that's like plus 15,000 billion because I have a 20 in dex.
It's plus 14. So I rolled a natural 7 plus 14, so that is a 21. So you try to trip him, but he just sort of hops over your leg.
Nice
All
try. As I keep walking.
Hmm.
Alright, I
use-
tossed the stone to Shazik and go, alright, can we go now?
Well, yeah, okay, sure. Wow, I did not expect you to get that filled that fast. Wow.
Yeah, well.
Just out of curiosity, did anybody see you? Because you kind of know. I don't know if we really went into the rules of the Dark Suns, but you know, we get some leniency, but within reason.
I'm almost positive no one saw me in a giant mechanical tiger.
Me and Azrael will exchange glances and just both go, "Oh fuck," and like facepalm at the same time.
Azrael looks at you and says, "Just so you know, the privileges that we are granted as members of the Dark Suns does not extend to murder, unless of course
Well,
it's
okay, well-
contractual."
No. The first 5 guys I killed, they were attacking me, so I just put arrows in their heads. The second 3 guys that second group that was 3 I killed, they were attacking a lady, so I killed them. The other 2 were fighting, and one of them killed the other one, and he was walking away saying something about "I fucked your wife last night," and I put an arrow in the back of his head.
Ah, I see.
And
It's not quite illegal to have relations with someone's wife. If it was, I'd be in a lot of trouble. Just
So out of
try
all
to
the
keep your
illegal
head down.
things, of all the illegal ones, I only committed 1 murder. The rest of them were justified.
Let's continue this conversation later. We'll
Gavin-
deal with the repercussions as it comes.
Yes.
Oh,
I'm-
Aaron, while you're here, I did
Yeah.
have a thought. Let's just table the rampant murder for a moment. Do you still have that arrowhead?
It's around my neck, yes.
So I had a thought for it that I think might actually work. Can I see it?
I don't know, I've kind of come accustomed to it.
Okay,
Oh, was it?
we have a use for it, right?
Yes, I know. Don't lose it.
Well, actually, that's exactly what my plan was. I think I have a way to make sure we don't lose it. So, may I see it?
Yeah, here.
Okay.
Aaron hands it over.
I want to makeshift something out of with the arrowhead. So I'm going to put antithesis into my hand, but I'm going to make it into the form of like a javelin. And then I'm going to attach the arrowhead to the end of the javelin.
Okay. Just roll me. Let's see. You know what? Let's make this sleight of hand check, since it's about your fine motor skills of what you're trying to do.
It's a 17.
You got it on there, all right. It's a little crooked, but it should do the job.
All right. So did Aaron like bust the window when he was coming in? Was that what the thing was?
He shot through the window. It didn't shatter the window, but there's now a bullet hole in that window.
Okay, so the window's not broken though.
No, there's just a giant bullet hole in it.
Okay.
And some spider webbing.
Well, at the very least, I'd be like, well, here, check this out, Aaron. And I will not throw it at him, but I'll toss him the javelin. And then right before he catches it, I snap my fingers and then it pops back in my hand. So now we can't lose it. And then I'll snap my fingers again, and then it just disappears.
Nice. Okay. Azrael comments that's a neat skill.
You know, it comes in handy.
Well, that's gonna be fun.
Dorian comes running in the room. All right, guys. I lost my favorite javelin. Have any of you seen a javelin shaft? I took the tip off earlier today to clean it. Now I can't find it.
Is this the same Dorian that never lies to the party?
Yeah.
Insight check!
Dorian, make the appropriate based charisma check.
Oh, that's a 15. Plus,
Well,
I think
what's
it's
your-
like a 10, 11.
You know, Dorian's really hard to read. You know, just sometimes you just can't get a beat on Dorian.
You have a
You-
plus
you just-
11
you just
to
don't know.
deception?
Maybe.
Yeah, I don't know about that.
I mean, he
You don't
has
know.
20 charisma, so
Yeah, I have
is a
20 in
paladin.
charisma. 5 plus the 6 for proficiency.
Yeah.
actually
yeah.
it's 7 now. Oh no, it's just 6. That's right. It's 7 once you get plus 20, but you guys aren't doing that anyway. So yeah, 6.
Very well.
Okay. I mean, Dorian's real tough to read. You know,
Well,
it's that beard.
if
It
someone
just
would
the
let-
way it shrouds his mouth. It's hard.
You know, if someone would actually let me become a planetar, I'd have
I'm
a plus
sorry that
fucking-
I don't want my bosses to have like 3,000 health to challenge you guys.
I was only getting a 24 in strength, a 20 in dex,
And then all the other stuff.
So anyhow,
But, you know, alright. So, at this point, Wilhelm speaks up and he says, I don't feel right about any of this. I should be going with you.
Wilhelm, if we need you, we will call. But until then, you have business here.
I know that. What if you're not able to call? What if something happens to any of you?
Well, trust me, you will get a message.
I'll be waiting eagerly, and
You got another amulet, Telepathy?
I do.
Put, if you would, bind it with yours, with the party's, put it on Solomon. If something happens, Solomon will just run off and get in contact with you.
He takes
Or
another
put it- or
amulet of
give it-
telepathy.
Or give it to the Fire Ganassi, if you have two.
He'd already given Phoenix one of them. So
Oh, he did
Phoenix
give Phoenix one?
has one too. Yeah, Phoenix has one.
I got one? I
Yeah.
didn't realize I had one.
I talked to Wilhelm about it, but I don't think he ever actually gave him one. Like I
Yeah.
asked Wilhelm to make him.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
in this instance, Wilhelm would pull two of these out of his pocket, and he takes the two, presses them together, and sort of a blue flash between the two amulets, and then hands one to Phoenix and says, "I believe you may be needing this.
Yep, thank you.
You're welcome.
Take it from
And
me.
now, I am now attuned to your channel. So, if you need to get in touch with me, I'm only an earshot away."
Alright.
And
You get a lot of
then
people
he
on
walks-
this channel. I'm just saying, like, it's a very there's a lot of traffic that comes over on this thing.
let us say, just, hey, could you be quiet for a second? You're walking on traffic.
Jesus.
And then he walks over to Philia, and he puts one hand on each of your arms, and he says, "And my dearest Philia, believe in yourself. I know that you have the power to overcome anything that may challenge you, any obstacle that may find its way in your path. You must simply believe in your own power. And to the lot of you, look out for each other, as you always have.
Roger that.
I truly believe there is no foe too mighty for the 7 deadly sins. And show the
And
so-called
anyways,
God
Wilhelm.
exactly what it is you are made of."
And thing is, Wilhelm, none of us die, but if we do, we still need somebody to carry on stories. So you must live.
Bitch, what I
I'm
ain't
getting
dying.
up there in years, so I would hope that the lot of you could carry on mine.
As
Make
you
it
will.
back.
That's all
Azrael
very
says-
normal, but, oh yes, I grab.
So, are the rest of you about ready to go?
I want to grab one thing right quick. Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, if you. I just want to get the new belt that Mithra's brother was supposed to be making me for Jimmy.
I mean, you know where to find him. He's up in his.
Yeah,
Actually, he would be down in the basement in
I
the
just wanna grab it
leatherworking
right
area.
quick and just like.
Yeah, you
And-
get it from him. It has 6 different slots, and it's very finely crafted. With each slot where you can put a potion, it's basically a series of 6 different pouches with a fine drawstring, so you can tighten each potion into each pouch.
Is there any cool features to it, like a quickness? Can you like give a potion as a bonus action? Is it like super,
No, he is not an enchanter.
is it bedazzled?
Sure, it looks white trash as hell. It's bedazzled.
All right, I will add that in my inventory. I will call that Jimmy's Healy Dealy.
There you go. About this time, all of you hear this because it's on the channel, but it's addressing Shiziki. You recognize this voice as Ravella, where she says, "Shiziki, are you there?"
Shiziki here.
I actually have a couple people that wish to speak with you.
All right.
Hold on 1 second. And a few seconds pass, and you hear another female voice at the end, which you recognize as Gwen's voice. She says, "Shiziki, Aaron, how are you guys doing?"
Oh, I'm good. I'm good.
we're
How are
doing.
you?
I'm
Weird
good.
teleconference. Okay.
I was spending some time with Ravella, and when she was going over the plan, I wanted to speak to you myself. as an assassin, I make it my job to know exactly everything there is to know about my target. So, tell me about him. What can you tell me about this individual that it is we're attacking? What's his name? What can he do?
Why don't we do this? How about we all have this conversation face to face? It seems a little awkward.
I would like that, but I was told that your destination, whenever you teleported, was to be right in the middle of the throne room.
Well,
I'm in the Temple of Sylvanas right now, as well as Ravella and Genzo is here with me too. Interesting fellow. Anyway,
let's do that then. How about we just all meet at the temple? We'll be there shortly, and we can continue our conversation there.
sounds good. I look forward to it. So
Alright.
Azrael and the DM say, so are we ready to depart?
Yeah, one thing first, and I can't remember if I did this or not, but I'll whip out the book that Velasquez gave me, and just write, change of plans, we're meeting in Permalty at the Temple of Sylvanas. ASAP.
And Velastrio, you see these words appear on your copy of the book.
Okay. I will respond back. Noted.
Okay.
And can Velasquez do something whenever Shiziki is done?
Yeah, that's all I had, man, so...
Okay. So, since Velasquez has been at the tower, Blue has been out and about.
By
He's
the way,
been in the tower.
he has changed his own name. It is not Bluezethiel. I decided I didn't like that name. It is Blurakiel. That is the name he has chosen for himself.
Okay. Velasquez will go into the grand hall where it's just massive. Just a massive hall where... What did you say his name was? Blursaviel?
Blurakiel.
Blurakiel. Where Blurakiel has been staying. Made it his dwelling. His lair, almost. Has he grown in size lately?
He has. By this point, he is, and this is astounding even for you, because dragons grow quickly, but he has grown at an alarming rate, to the point where he is almost at the size that you would expect of a young dragon. So by this point, he stands like from front claws when on all fours. He stands still about 8 feet tall, even when he's on all fours.
I'll call for him. Blurakiel.
He flies in and he says, yes, Velastrios, you called for me? He also seems to matured a little bit too, like both physically and mentally.
I must leave for a little while. I will be back. Do not worry. My simulacrum will continue to be here, and he will assist you with any needs.
He lets out a disappointed sound. He sort of leans over and like whispers in your ear, which by this point, he's far enough in age that even whenever he like speaks in your ear, it leaves like an icy chill on the side of your face. And he just says like, his jokes aren't as good as yours.
I do not joke.
Oh, well.
No, that's what I tell him.
He's not fun.
joke. He is a literal embodiment of me. He is my exact copy.
I know that, but at the same time, he's like less of you. You know, sometimes he can just be.
Well, of course. He is not me. He's just a copy. But I understand where you're
hear
coming
your
from.
Simulacrum say, who do you think is the copy? Perhaps you're my copy.
Sure. Yes. Anyways, I head to Primalty and I will be back in, let's say, 2 days. And when we return, we will see to the night sky.
Right, you broke up with that last word. See to what?
The night sky.
Okay. He says, I look forward to it, and I know I don't need to say this because you're a powerful wizard and all, but do be careful. If he is a god, he's probably pretty strong.
He is not the first to have called himself by such, and he will not be the last.
Still, just be careful. If he has a divine spark, that means he's, at least from the reading that I've been doing, which thank you for all the books that you've presented to me, I've very much appreciated it. If he has a divine spark, that means he commands the power of the outer planes, and if that is the case, he is likely very powerful.
I fully understand. How is your polymorph training going?
Quite well, actually. Watch this. As you hear him mutter an arcane incantation, and the book that he's reading turns into a mouse. Before he mutters another incantation and dispels it, and it turns back into a book. So, I think pretty well.
I think you still have a lot of learning to do. But we have time. Under my tutelage, you will become the most powerful creature on this plane. With my knowledge and your, I see great things in the future. I will be
He sort of
leaving at
lowers
once.
himself to the ground and says, a student is only as good as his teacher.
That will not do. We'll have to work on that. You should always esteem to be greater.
I understand. I will take this lesson to heart.
You should
I will be a more
always,
powerful wizard than you one day.
dragon, but yes,
Well, dragons can be wizards.
still dragons. Anyways, and he'll brush off his coat. I'm off.
Best of luck to you, sir. I look forward to your return.
Other me? Sweep
Yes.
the floors. Do something useful. Place
You
is a
cannot
pigsty.
order me around.
I can literally dispel you. I hope you understand that. You know what? I think when I get back, I'm going to make another simulacrum.
I won't be here when you get back.
Doesn't matter. You'll turn into a snowball in the middle of wherever you are.
I
I
And-
like
agree
you
to
have an
disagree.
argument with his teenage self. You can't tell me what to do. Maybe I won't even be here.
And Gavin, do I have like a teleportation chamber?
There is a teleportation circle inside of the tower.
Yeah, I'll use that circle to ritual cast teleportation, and I guess teleport to wherever Shiziki and them said to meet, and I'll just wait there for them.
Okay. I'll describe the scene when everybody is there.
Okay.
So, at this point, Azrael looks at the rest of you and says, gather around, gather around. To those who haven't teleported before, may feel some discomfort. As he taps his staff on the ground, and in an arcane flash, you find yourself standing in a shadowy area where when you look directly up, you don't see sky. It looks like just sort of a stone ceiling that's probably about 100 feet up. I wouldn't say 100, I'd say about 50 feet up. Looking around you, you see, the dominant race of the area, which various water genasi with blue skin, green or blue hair, webbed fingers, webbed toes, who seem to be going about their daily business. The thing about Primralty is because they are an aquatic society, both the males and females don't typically wear a whole lot. So most of the men are shirtless. Most of the females are just wearing just thin tops with regular pants. Just going about their daily business. These buildings have sort of a white crystalline quality to it. Almost like it's very beautiful. Because most of the architecture has sort of a solid ivory to its general architecture. Off in the distance, however, you see a stone temple of sort of a gray obsidian, in stark contrast to the buildings around it. That is, it's a modest temple as far as design goes, but in size, this temple's about 3 floors and a comparable size to the manor that you guys recently acquired in Angaria. And you see Velastrio standing a few dozen feet away from you.
Hey, we finally got the band back together.
Yes, the band. Can we please get this over with? You've kind of interrupted me.
Sure. And are we outside the temple? Is that what you're saying?
I mean, it's off in the distance. You're a few hundred feet away from it, but it's not far.
I will say this: there's a fair chance we may have enemies abound. So just be mindful of what's around us, and I will immediately just turn invisible. I'll be with you guys, but I'm just gonna keep a low profile.
All right. So it almost takes you by surprise, Aaron, as you hear a voice that just shouts your name, Aaron! And suddenly when you turn in the direction of the sound, she straight up glomps you, as in a running hug, Gwen makes her way over and jumps into the air and gives you a giant hug. This is just to describe to the rest of the people, this is a darker-skinned human female, sort of a tan skin complexion, similar to what you would expect, almost a wood elf skin tone to be. She has, and you recognize as her hair color has changed, Aaron, she has sort of a long navy blue hair that's tied in a ponytail that goes down to the middle of her back. She has, piercing blue eyes, crystalline blue. She's currently wearing what appears to be a red halter top, as well as white tunic pants and some very fine black shoes. And she just embraces both of Aaron's forearms and she just says, "It's so good to see you. I know it hasn't been very long, but how have you been?" Brandon.
By the way, when she runs to jump and hug me, I catch her. Because at this point she's running at me. So, yeah, I've been good. And you? You seem to be doing better.
Settling in. I gotta say, you and Shiziki, I owe you both a lot. However, introduce me to your friends here.
I just want to be hey, where's my hug? What's going on with this?
Yes, don't be rude, Aaron. Introduce us.
This is the one that doesn't shut up. This is Phoenix.
And raises your hand and says, "It's
really,
so
my
nice to
pleasure.
meet you.
Yeah.
Gwen Blankenship." She walks over to Ophelia and she takes one of your hands in hers and she says, "I absolutely love what you've done with your makeup. You've got to tell me where you got that. bit of eyeliner herself, kind of girled up a little bit. She seems to be sort of a ditzy character.
It's just something I pulled out of my old closet. Some tricks I used to have when I was a small child.
Well, you look absolutely beautiful. Right now, we'll have to talk later. No, she's kind of just being her in the middle of the street.
Oh, lovely. Okay. Let's get to the temple. Let's get out of sight as quickly as possible.
Well, I want to
As-
tap her on the shoulder and be like, "Well, do I not get a greeting?"
She turns in the direction she felt the tap, and she's like, I was wondering where you were. I see you're taking a page out of my book. It's great to see you, Shaziki. How are you doing?" As she doesn't care. She's a person of extreme emotion, as you know about her. When she's happy, and when she's sad, she's the absolute pit of darkness.
Well,
So-
then, while invisible, I will give her a hug.
Okay, she hugs you back very tightly.
Okay. I'm going to cast Disguise Self on me. Actually, no. I'm going to Disguise Self on Solomon,
Okay,
and I'm going to make him look like a puppy.
a puppy.
Yep, he's going to look like a puppy. A really
You
big
should-
puppy.
Okay,
You should make him look exactly like Ophelia's puppy.
I mean, you can only change their size within 1 foot in either direction, so he's still going to be a large creature no matter what you do.
Yes, like I said, he's going to be a big puppy, but he's still going to be a puppy.
Quick question.
So if Cerberus had a puppy, he's that.
Yeah.
So, just a quick clarification, because I meant to bring him, but who all do we teleport? Because do we have enough? Because I would have brought Jimmy with me if we had enough people or enough spaces.
Well, you can only teleport 8. Tony, does that count the caster, or is it the caster and then 8 other people?
I think it's 8 other people.
What spell was he using?
Teleport. Just the
'Cause if he was
plain old
using-
teleport.
If he was using teleportation circle, he can bring as many people as he wants.
As many as you can fit within 6
As
seconds.
I'm seeing right here. It's teleport.
Yeah.
The spell instantly transports you,
You
and
and
up to
up
8
to
willing
8.
creatures. Fucking, what is my thing?
And with Jimmy, with
It's 3
Solomon,
more.
and
Or
with Big
4
B,
more.
that makes 7. So you're 1 under, so you have to bring everybody.
Sweet.
So, however, what are you doing with your, wayward spirit as you wander through the town?
I will tell him to fly up a mile into the air so that he's not visible, and then just go to the temple and wait for further instructions. Oh my god. Hold on, let me restart my Discord.
He flies up 50 feet just under the ceiling. Well, that is Gwen, by the way. That's really up
Yes.
to you.
Hmm.
The target, well, should I say targets, are at the castle right. In fact, I would stake my life on it. So, I don't think we need to rush to be there. We want to make sure our strategy is solid.
Alright, well, let's meet up at the temple and come up with a further plan from there.
So, while you're walking over to the temple, she actually approaches you, Dorian, and she says, you're a of the Death Domain myself. I don't know if you're familiar with Sinju.
Nope.
You would have actually heard of Sinju. Do you not read the Lost Lore?
Well, I mean, I probably did when you first posted it.
Today at like noon.
It's like one of my recent
That's
ones.
when you posted last week.
Yeah. Basically, the god of... You would know and it's up to you to determine what Dorian's opinion would be of this god. A lot of Doom guides aren't a big fan. Because a lot of his followers tend to believe, like, many of them are big believers in, like, the death sentence for criminals and stuff like that. And a lot of them, a lot of assassins as well, have praised Sinju before a kill. They all believe kills are justified, but
Dorian
they do sort
is
of
not
take the law into their own
morally
hands.
confused on a lot of matters that has to do with this kind of thing. Like Dorian, if it's justified, then it's for cause. It's they got. Like if it's like, hey, you know what? I need to buy this dude's property so I can expand my like horseshoe collection. So I want him killed. Nah,
What if it's
that's
like
not
a
worth
corrupt
it. But if it's like,
politician
hey, you
who
know
has
what?
body?
Who is what? Gavin?
Yeah, can you not hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Okay, I said, what if
Corrupt
it's like a
politician?
corrupt politician that has a body count? Like they've
Oh,
done
well
a lot
then-
of shady things, and I've ordered a lot of people to be killed in order to assure their rise to power.
Well, see, with Kellenvor and the whole natural death thing, Dorian kind of sees it like all death is somewhat natural, like kind of natural. Like people somebody wants revenge or something, but
So Dorian wouldn't be like morally opposed to the teachings of Sinju. Then that's kind of what I'm trying to get down to.
yeah, no, it's just another thing. It like unless more or less like Dorian's tenets are more about like tyranny and just overall evil and
Okay.
undead kind of. He favors more of like the undead kind of stuff, really, in tyranny. But he also believes that assassination is kind of weak. People who assassinate other people rather than in a straight brawl or a fight, they're weak.
I gotcha.
He kind of automatically assumes that anyone who worships Sinju and assassinates people, they're frail people, not to hold their own, like Carrick was.
I gotcha. So you make your way to the temple, and Shiziki, this is something that I imagine would catch you off guard. When you walk into the temple, you see both Ravella and Genzo are there, though Genzo is sort of keeping off to a corner, and he's getting a lot of dirty looks. But immediately when they walk in, you see Gwen walk over to Ravella, and they give each other a big kiss right on the mouth.
Well, that's a new development.
Oh, fuck! Oh, now it burns me up.
So, Ravella walks over to you, and she looks at you almost with like feigned enthusiasm, and she says, she's like, Shiziki, it's been quite a long time. At least, you know, since we've seen each other in person. And I don't recognize too many of you. By the way, hello, Dorian. It's been a while.
Well, I'm surprised you didn't go off and get yourself kidnapped again.
Well, I thought about it, but once you've done it once, it gets a little boring.
Yes. One of these days I got to tell you the story of the time I let myself get kidnapped by a barbarian. Hell, they thought they were having fun and games when they had me tied up like a pig on a stake, but I'll tell you. I'll tell you the story later. Anyways, I killed. They're all dead. Yeah, they're all dead.
Right.
So,
I'll just put a hand on Ravella. It's good to see you again, and to see that you're safe. And it looks like you've made some new friends. How did this happen?
Fully died.
Well, we met, and then Gwen interrupts her, and she's like, "We met whenever she approached me about the task at hand, and we spent some time together and found we have a lot in common. So we'll this is still new, but we'll see where it goes."
All right. Well, I'll let everyone do introductions here. I want to meet up with an old friend too, and I'll start making my way over towards Genzo. That's apparently stewing in the corner.
Yeah. When you get to Genzo's side, he all he says is, "Yeah, they all fucking hate me here."
So at this point, I will go ahead and drop invisibility, which I assume I kind of did, and go to my usual routine of just having arcane eye above my head. I was like, well, maybe so they can't all handle the intimidating charisma that you have.
Yeah, perhaps, or maybe it's because I shot some of their comrades in the face. But semantics.
Yeah, well.
Yeah, I'm just gonna kind of give a two-finger salute, and be like.
He gives you the same casual two-fingered salute back.
I'm gonna start to do a casual salute to him, and then I'm gonna no, fuck this, come here, and I'm just gonna give him a good brace, arm to arm. Do that one-hand hug.
He returns it, and he sort of pokes at your armor and says, "So I see you got a promotion. You're the same rank I was now whenever I left."
Yeah, all the more reason you should come work for me.
I work for myself, Shiziki. But if you ever need an extra set of eyes to the sky, you can always call me. Once brothers, always brothers.
Glad to hear that.
And Genzo, like I said, I have joined as well.
You're walking over to him too?
Yeah. I'm walking past her, I'm just going straight to Genzo.
When you get by, he says, "Look at you, newbie! You got yourself promoted to sergeant. Congratulations."
Thanks. Apparently, it's the fastest anybody's ever gone up in rank like I did.
It is. Now, I don't give a shit. I say more power to you, but I hope you realize a lot of people are really gonna hate you for this.
Dude, yes, but have you met me, Genzo? Who do I really care who thinks about what?
And that's one of my favorite things about you, Aaron. You follow your own path. But just
so
something to keep in mind.
blew up a brain with a bomb.
Well, that sounds like a story to be shared over drinks.
Let's drink.
Well, while we're having this little powwow, where's the rest of our sortie? Have you seen the brothers?
You haven't seen them yet.
No. I'm asking Genzo.
Oh, you're asking Genzo. Yeah, they're around. They're gathering some intel up on the upper level. But I'm sure we'll see him later today.
I'll be back for drinks. I have to go speak with.
Sure thing. And hey, Sarge, good to see you again.
Well, it's Captain.
No, he says that to Aaron.
Yeah.
Yeah, he was talking to Aaron.
Gotcha. Yep. So Ginzo,
Yeah, I'm gonna do the 2-finger salute, and I'm gonna go find wherever the altar to Sylvanas is, and
Aaron, just so you know, the 2-finger salute, we don't do a 2-finger salute. Like, we don't do a, that's not the Dark Sun salute
I know.
at all.
I know he's just
Yeah, he knows that's not the. I think he knows that's not the Dark Sun salute. It's just sort of a casual, like,
hey, see ya.
Sure.
friendly thing.
Excuse me, everybody. I have gifts for everybody.
Oh,
Before
Gotcha,
everybody
thank you.
just leaves and goes off like they always do, and then we all rejoin several hours later, and then I miss good research time. Let me give out
And you hear
gifts.
Velasquez say this, Aaron.
huh? I'm gonna collect these.
Did he already leave?
He was on his way, but he would have heard you as
Oh.
you said that.
Okay.
Can y'all not hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you.
Okay, yeah, no. Aaron kind of like stops in
hear
his tracks and goes. Aaron just kind of stops in tracks and goes, "Oh, Velasquez. Yeah, okay. Yeah, that's good." And just kind of turns back around like, "Fuck."
So I will each hand, not Shiziki, but Philia, Phoenix, and Aaron a scroll. So Aaron gets a scroll of innervation.
Ooh, what does that do?
Look at it.
I can't get on Fantasy Grounds. It will not download for me.
Oh, really?
Sad.
Philia gets a scroll of the Crown of Stars. Once I post it up, it's kind of lagging behind. Yeah, so
Buttons, the buttons.
Yeah, it keeps saying error, get package
Unable-
file,
oh.
network timeout.
For the well, also
hell?
for the record, Tony, it's unable to create window with data source.
you need to load some modules. So you need to go into library and then load some modules.
Cables. Do we have time for that? Like, what?
Yeah, so Dorian gets a scroll of haste, and Shiziki gets a scroll of blink. And then he will give the scroll of fairy fire to Azrael. Once I'll be able to post all these up. Once everything stops freaking out like it is right now. Does everybody get that?
Yeah, we heard you.
Okay.
So it's not something I need to take note of because you're just giving things to people that other people are playing. So
Yeah, and then also when Velasquez hands Dorian his scroll, he'll put a hand on his shoulder and he'll say, "I've been doing a lot of research lately, and I feel as though I know a spell that will help you in particular." And he'll cast Mind Blank on Dorian.
okay,
You never gave me a scroll, I don't think.
Do you say that? Like, does Phoenix say that?
Oh, you said you had didn't you say you had things for Phoenix and everybody else?
Yeah, sure. What other scrolls do I have?
Just like that's what you said. So like,
What the
Oh,
fuck?
what are you
You
gonna give me?
rude
Like a
bastard.
quarter? Like a tap on the back? Is that my gift?
This is the holy roll of quarters.
I don't know
Yeah.
what Fantasy Grounds is doing right now, but I can't click on anything.
It does
you,
that.
you don't get a nifty scroll. You just get 10 platinum. There you go. Buy your own scroll.
I can smack you in the back of the head if you're feeling lonely.
Sorry.
You get a Tower of High Sorcery coffee cup.
Oh, okay.
I'll just smack you in the back of the head. It's free.
Just sorry, make sure. What was it? What did you give Azrael a scroll of what?
Fairy fire.
Got it. Okay.
Hey guys, guess what? If someone wants to give me the host address, I can actually log in.
It's what is it? It's Epic Fang. Something bullshit. I don't remember. Epic Fang.
Give me a sec. I'll pull it up. Hold on.
Okay.
You're like, yes, it's epic something, but I don't think it's Fang.
Yeah, I can't even delete these scrolls out of my inventory to see what all the ones that. Okay, so Blink to Shiziki, Crown of Stars to Philia. That leaves me with Dawn, Find Familiar, Invisibility, and Negative Energy Flood. Which one would you like?
I guess give me something nifty. You know what? It's just, which one do you want to give me? It doesn't matter to me.
Sure.
Which one do you feel like giving up? You know?
What kind of weapon is Phoenix holding?
I have 2 great swords.
Oh, okay. So yeah.
By the way, Phoenix, did you ever attune to the crystal thing?
You mean the
Crystal Heart, the Dragon Crystal Heart?
Yeah,
Hey,
I was actually looking at it before we started, doing all this. I just don't know. I did. There's a couple modules that I needed to load before I could even look at what it did. I'm doing it now.
So, Brandon, it is Insane Bard Idle Goon. If you don't exactly know
There you go.
how to
I
type
was
that
like,
in,
no.
the spelling is in my campaign channel.
Yeah, I saw that.
Okay.
So, can I exit out of modules while modules are still loading up, or do I have to stay in modules?
Oh, wait, what now?
So, like, I'm loading modules, and can I exit out
I would
of the
just stay
module
there.
page, or do I have to just stay there? Okay.
Once you've enabled all the modules, you can close that page.
Okay.
But,
So,
all the books have to be open.
they're not fully
Yeah.
open. No, not all the books are fully open yet.
And some of them won't be, they just have to be loaded. If you see like a red X on it, that just means that's DM only and you can't view it. But as long as they're all open, you're good.
So,
Okay.
so Philia, I would recommend right before the fight, before we go in, you use your scroll. That spell is good for about an hour. Dorian, the same for you, and Shiziki, your scroll is the spell Blink. Not really for sure how long it lasts, but use it in a time of need.
Well,
Whenever you feel like you just need to get ahead.
I actually know the spell, so if anybody else needs it, that's fine. But I can cast it on my own.
Well, it will consider it a free thing without using your actual abilities.
But can you use a scroll without using a spell slot?
That's
Yeah,
what the
you
point
can.
of scrolls.
That's
the
the fun
point of
part about
scrolls.
scroll.
I did not realize.
That's
Alright.
like the main point of scrolls.
That's
Hey,
legit. The why the fuck would you have a scroll
Okay,
otherwise?
well, never mind. Yeah, no.
Release,
Yeah.
will you release
Yeah,
Aaron?
but if you don't have the spell slot for that scroll, like if you don't have 7th level spell slots and you try to use a 7th level spell,
Yeah.
bad things can happen.
Yeah.
Well, you have to make a spellcasting ability check, and if you fail it, it just doesn't work.
Or bad things can happen. The keeper
I
can
always
take a
figured
hard
it'd
move.
be like, yeah, it's like I always figured it'd be like you got back kick from your rifle, and you got shot in the
Hey,
face or
Gavin.
something.
What's up?
It's like,
Will you release Aaron?
Yes, I can.
Well, when he gives me the scroll, I'll say, well, I have something for you too, and I'll reach into my bag and I'll take out the book that
You should be good.
that we
Yep.
all took a look at earlier. The Legends of something or another. was the thing that
Um,
had the arrowhead in it.
Yeah, so I'll just give a random scroll. Let me see, I got 4 scrolls left. So I'll tell you in just a second which one I give. Let me see. You get negative energy flood. I don't think
What does
that's a
that
spell.
do?
It's a good question, dog.
So negative energy flood is pretty good. I don't think you have the slots for it, so you'd have to make a spellcasting ability check. But essentially, what you do is, oh, you know what? No, I'm thinking of innervate.
Okay, do I have
Into
to
a zombie.
Innovation.
It's like the necromancer's version
Oh,
of Witch Bolt. So you make a connection between a target, and essentially every turn you can deal damage to them and heal yourself.
Okay,
Sweet.
my next question is, can do I have to drop one of my swords to use this scroll?
You would have to have a free hand to pull it out.
Yeah, all scrolls take
Okay.
a somatic component, which is unrolling the scroll itself and reading from it. So,
Yeah, so I would prefer a scroll that I could probably do before battle than in the middle of fucking battle, because I do not want to let go of my swords. These things stay attached to my body.
Here, give me yours. Give me yours. And here, take mine. Fuck.
Well, you know what? I would love to have like another month in advance to even make scrolls for you to do what it is that you need to do. So, I don't know exactly what you're looking for. Maybe you should have thought ahead and brought a scroll for yourself before you came here.
I didn't know we were doing scrolls. Wasn't here.
Why would you not do scrolls?
Phoenix,
I make scrolls all the time.
I don't even know if I can make scrolls.
Phoenix.
Well-
Yes.
Just attune to the damn dragon fucking crystal heart thing. Use that before you go into battle, and you'll be okay. Fuck.
All right.
That takes like an hour.
Gwen speaks up and she says, and actually this is something you all notice, as with Aaron getting angry, or at least speaking like he's angry, you notice that Gwen's eyes have started to glow red, and she's like, if we could just bring it what we were talking about, as she almost like holds her head like she has a migraine.
I'm sorry, Gwen. I'll simmer down now. I'm gonna go pray.
Can I?
Okay.
Sorry, I don't want to interrupt, but whenever I hand Valastrios the book, I assume you took it, right? Just want to make sure. that's
Yeah.
clear. Yeah, I just kind of want to put my hand on his shoulder and kind of pull him in for a second. Like, can I just a quick thing to talk to you about?
Can we please hurry this up? I would rather just die today than have small talk.
I'm pretty sure, and I just want to say this under my breath so that hopefully Dorian doesn't hear this and be like, so can we not fight against Genzo while we're here? He's gonna help us out, and I know you kind of helped him out last time. If we could just let Genzo do his thing, probably be helpful, and then he'll go fuck off on his own. It'll be good.
Who are you talking to?
I'm talking to Valastrios.
Okay, gotcha.
I do not care about your petty squabblings. Look, you said we were coming here to kill a mad god. Can we please just get this out of the way?
Yeah, and there's... Well, Gavin, I don't know if you want to tell him.
I mean, I don't know what
Alright,
it is you're talking about. Here, just send me a message.
Alright, I'm gonna have to force close my fantasy grounds real quick, but I'm good though.
But yeah, I've already.
Okay. Cool. All right. That's all I had.
Now, before we go on to Aaron doing his thing, did anybody else have something?
I mean, I got a couple things to prep for the fight, but like we can do that whenever.
Okay. So nothing immediate that somebody wants to do.
Well, how long do we think we have to prepare?
There is a bathroom. So if you have to do that, then see, the good thing about this place is you're like pretty much at sea level. In fact, this building was built over the ocean, so yeah.
Bathing in salt water. Is it really bathing? Really dries out the skin.
Actually, technically, you guys are below sea level right now. Technically.
I don't know what that means, so I'm like I do, but I don't.
Okay.
So.
Well, I was just
I was
pointing
like,
that out. Alright. So it doesn't sound like we have something else. So I'm gonna
No, not
move on
remotely.
to Aaron going to the shrine.
To the
So
shrine.
you make your way over, and at this shrine, you see a familiar character who you're acquainted with. In fact, this is one of the people that you were initially put in contact with when Wilhelm contacted you to make your way over to Sea Shroud. You see Ursine Redleaf, the bear-type shifter paladin,
Nice.
who is knelt before, in full armor still, full ironwood armor, who is knelt before this shrine.
I go kneel beside him.
How pleasant.
He looks over at you and says, Aaron, it is very good to see you. What
You as
prayers
well.
do you bring to Sylvanas on this day?
Guidance.
Yes, my child, that is something we all are in dire need of.
Yes,
But the
guidance.
great father of nature, he speaks. We must just learn to listen.
I am learning very well to listen. I'm not used to praying to God as much as I have been in these recent months.
Sound kind of quiet. Like, I heard what you said, but if you could, let me see if I can just turn your volume
Aaron
up.
just is like, I understand and I have learned to listen, but I'm not used to praying as much as I have in the past few months. This is not my normal thing. I just do my own, but there are higher stakes. I just hope my loved one and my child are okay.
Sylvanas offers guidance in ways that not everyone knows how to hear. You must listen for his voice in every gust of wind, every crashing of the tides, every crackle from a rampant fire, every creak of the earth. That is Sylvanas' true voice. And if you can become one with that, it is not too difficult to find the answers that you seek. Sylvanas
you.
is always speaking to us. We just must wish to hear exactly what it is that he has to say.
Right.
If you could bow with me and meditate for a time. It is good to see you, Aaron, and I find the presence of another one of Sylvanas' devout followers to be soothing.
As do I. and he's just going to sit there and meditate for a while.
Okay.
That will be my preparation.
All right. Did anybody else have anything pressing they wanted to do, or did we want to fast forward to a later time?
I mean, I just got prep to do, which we can just say I did during this a little bit, and then I'm looking for the brothers at some point.
I'm good to fast forward.
So,
I'm good to fast forward.
yeah, we'll just say fast forward, and then we can all do whatever prep we want to do for the fight, I guess.
A few hours go by. You become reacquainted with the half-orc gentleman, who's actually, I think I should have his character sheet in here. Anyway, Anorak. You become reacquainted with him, the vampiric half-orc. In his normal, crude fashion, he admits that he's glad that you're there.
Oh shit!
And
is
a couple
Ekram
hours
around?
pass.
Did we leave Ekram here?
Ekram, you left in Sea Shroud.
Yeah, but I didn't know if he ended up here.
Right?
I believe last you heard that he was doing some security duty for the individuals that had risen to power within Sea Shroud.
Bodyguard.
So you
Right.
wouldn't believe it that he's likely here. So, a couple hours pass, and I'm trying to find their character sheets. Right, his name starts with an L. There we go. Okay, so you see, after a couple hours, you see Rill and Arker make their way through. What the rest of you see is, this is about an average, one of them is about a skinnier, average height human male. This individual carries, looks like he has a rapier attached to one hip and a hand crossbow attached to the other. He's wearing some dark black leathers. His hair is nicely combed back. He has a very well-groomed appearance with sort of a goatee that he keeps well trimmed. This other individual is a clean-shaven, bald human individual. This one's about 6.5 feet tall, and he currently has a giant maul affixed to his back as they walk in. And Rill, immediately seeing you, runs up to you and he's like, "Shaz!" Oh, wait, sorry. And he straightens his back and salutes. I forget you outrank me now.
I try not to make too big of a thing about it. I give him a salute back, and then I just actually reach in, like, do that two-hand grasp, like, handshake thing.
So he looks and says, "Arker, are you gonna keep being your stoic, boring ass self, or are you gonna actually say hi?" And Arker just lets out a grunt. He's like, and salutes, and just goes back to being tall and intimidating. It's like, sorry, as he just sort of motions his hand, like waves his hand to the rest. You don't mind my brother. He's not the social type. Real Foreglade, by the way. This is Arker. Me and Shaz go way back.
I'm gonna give a salute. I'm gonna give a what rank is he?
You're still meditating, unless you within 2 hours would have walked back up there.
No, probably not.
Yeah, I'll just walk up behind him and, like, everybody, these are the Foreglade brothers, and I'll give them both, like, a good pat on the back. Everyone?
You kind of cut out.
Sorry.
Yeah, you lot. Everybody, you.
So everybody, this is
Nope.
the Fore...
Nope.
Okay.
Nope.
Really?
Not even a
Anything?
little bit. Oh, there you are.
Alright, let
There
me,
we
go.
let me walk
All
back
right.
upstairs then. I stepped down while I was eating my food, so it wouldn't be... I can mute my mic better. Alright, can you guys hear me okay now?
Yeah.
Alright.
Yeah.
Yeah, no,
I know. I have to mute you.
No, I just walk up behind him, pat them both on the back, is what I was saying, and then Just everyone, these are the Four Glade brothers. This is Rill and Archer. Brothers, this is everyone from the Seven Sins. And some friends.
Legendary
Good
Seven
day.
Deadly Sins. Wow. And he motions to Azrael and says, "You know, I feel like I should know you since you're a lieutenant," as he does a salute again. "But I don't think I do." And Azrael's like, "The pleasure is all mine. Azrael Blazemark." You see Rill sort of, he has like sort of a raised eyebrow, like as soon as Azrael speaks. And he just whispers into Yusuzi, "Who is this guy?"
New member, but hold on, wait. New member, but very capable. He's actually the new leader of the Spelljammer squad that we've got going on.
Oh, he's that Azrael.
I mean, do you know of another one? He kind of stands out.
Well, no, I'd heard word. Anyway. So, tell me a bit about this person. I don't really even know anything about him. I don't know his name. I don't know anything about him. We're killing somebody, right?
Relicanter, first and foremost, he's an asshole. Second,
Real dick.
As they usually are.
he's currently impersonating Prince Rainer. So we are on orders
Hey.
to go and destroy him.
Aaron, by the way, just so you can be part of this, you say you would be walking back up by this time if you would like.
Okay, I'll be walking back up at this time.
Alright. So, when you walk into the room, you see that both of these individuals are sergeants. So you guys are the same rank.
I salute, anyways.
So we got some new blood. Real Fourglade. This is Archer. He's my brother.
Iron Black, Engine of Gluttony.
That's an odd title. Nice to meet you, though. We he takes a few steps closer to you, and in sort of a more hushed tone, he says, "We used to do a lot of jobs for Gilderoy back in the day, but I hear he's not doing too great. Something about a drug overdose. I saw it coming."
He kind of chuckles.
Well,
That's what I heard.
Engar is a dangerous city.
Indeed. Sometimes people just don't know when to quit.
Guy on me.
So I'm curious, there, Will. How's going the training?
So we have a squadron formed by this point. I've trained them in the arts of reconnaissance, stealth, assassination. However, you have I must admit, he... You notice that Gwen actually isn't around. After she sort of caught the little hint of anger and let her emotions get the better of her, she sort of went her own way. So she's not there at the moment. But yes, this Gwen, where'd you even find her? Her skill is impeccable. I've never seen somebody who can handle a blade like she can.
Well, she's a follower of Sinju, if that gives you a clue.
Makes a lot of sense.
So I think she might actually have some ties to the Scythes of Sinju. I think that was what it was called.
Yeah, that's what it was called.
And on another note, do have our ways.
Well, regardless, she's an asset. So maybe we could even bring her into the Dark Suns. That would be... She'd be a terrific soldier.
I don't think she's really the type to just follow orders. I think she's kind of on her own path.
I see. Well, if you could introduce me later to her, that would be, I've met her, but I haven't, met her.
I think you're the wrong
Maybe over a
gender,
couple
my friend.
drinks.
You're the wrong gender, my friend.
Anywho,
That's a
As I'm
shame.
just gonna kind of chuckle, patting him on the back.
so Relicanter, let's do business before pleasure here, fellas. So here's what we know, and I'll start to kind of break down a little bit of basically the things that we've learned. We know that he has a means of teleporting, but we have found a spearhead or arrowhead that I'm using as a spearhead that might be able to block that.
Hey guys, I'm gonna step away for 2 seconds.
Okay.
Alright.
We know that any projectiles that you throw at him, he might be able to chuck right back at us. At least up to 120 feet, from what I could tell. And that he has a good means of predicting attacks coming at him. So sneak attacks and things like that will be very hard pressed. He has a means of just seeing things before they happen.
How are we
Yeah.
supposed to fight that? If he expects everything that we throw at him, what are we supposed to do?
Just
This
do
is,
the
um,
unexpected.
Well, for whatever reason, we know that he has trouble seeing some of us. So, whatever things are set in motion, whether he's getting weakened by us or the things that we've done, I think we actually have a chance, and if nothing else, we can overwhelm him with numbers, which is why we've got everyone gathered here.
This time, you see when she comes back, you notice she has sort of, like, her makeup's a little smeared, but she walks in and says, sorry I'm late, guys. What did I miss?
Did she just bang Ravella?
No,
I'm gonna kinda-
you gather she was probably more like she was crying.
Are you sure she
I'm
wasn't,
gonna
like,
kinda-
So say her mascara was smeared, not her makeup,
Yeah,
because
well-
otherwise she'd be like motorboating something.
Okay, mascara.
I'm gonna kind of lean into her ear and go, "You might want to fix that." As I kind of take a piece of my shirt and kind of wipe off the excess makeup.
It helps a little.
Yeah, I'm just gonna press the digitation and make it all better.
You're right. I'm like, or
Okay.
Are you
There's-
kidding me? Are you kidding me? No!
Sorry, I don't have that spell.
Yeah, and then I'll just give her a
Yeah,
little
but he-
wink as I do it. Like, got you.
got you, boo.
And you would know everything about that. I mean, you know who she is, so. Yeah.
So,
All right.
At this point, we're just going to have to do our best to just distract him and hit him with everything we have
Now,
and hope it brings him down.
should be noted, he doesn't usually work alone. He has another D-bag with him by the name of Voltier, who's another assassination artist type, but usually more with a sniper rifle. And he's also armed to the teeth with a bunch of gadgets and has some magic goggles that I'm sure let him see all sorts of things. On top of that, he also commands well, I don't know the numbers, but he commands doppelgangers. So, Azrael, and myself, and Velastrios all have means of seeing through illusions or transformed beings. So I'd say, going forward from this, we'll
As
keep an
do
eye
I.
out. Oh, well then all the better. Keeping an eye out for that, and calling it out to everybody else.
Speaks
I will
up
say
and
this,
says, You'll say what?
I was like, I will say this though. The only way we're gonna do this is if we just hit it, balls to the walls running, and don't stop.
Enzo says, I concur with that. I've scouted the throne room, and there's some problems. I thought I was going to stay at a distance. In fact, not even enter the room. But there are only 10 windows, 5 on each side of the throne room. So even best case scenario, I have 5 locations that I can shoot from. And these are not large windows. I won't have a good line of sight on any of them during this fight unless I'm in the room with you. I don't like it either. But
Hey, Genzo. You want to be in the room with us without being in the room with us?
sure, what do you mean?
Well, we get you to the top of the ceiling. I cast rope trick, and you pop in and out of the hole.
I like it. Yeah, I like that.
Good. Well then, Shiziki, if you don't mind, when we get in, actually, how much you weigh, Genzo?
Well, let me ask this.
About
before
150.
We get into that. I'm trying to understand if we want to even engage him, if we're not popping in the throne room, or if we want to try and get him out of there. Ravella, what exactly is it that he's trying to do while imposing Prince Rainer? I heard something about
You
he's
haven't told
going
me
on
a lot.
Well, I heard there's some complaint about a vampire going berserk or something or another of that nature. What exactly is he saying is happening that he's trying to just basically set in motion?
That you're here, and I have some very dire news regarding that. The king, prior to speaking to you, he convinced the king to invoke the Raj Paratus. If you don't know what that is, it is an ancient decree and present within all 4 of the Ganassi kingdoms. Essentially, a order made under the Raj Paratus is irrevocable. It was the original intent behind it was that if a king was ever under questionable influence, or if a king believed he would soon be under questionable influence and that he may be compromised, he would invoke the Raj Paratus. So that way any invading force that would attempt him to make a decree contradicting it was unable to do so. It is irrevocable unless a contract is signed by the monarch of all 4 of the Ganassi kingdoms. And hunting these vampires was invoked under the Raj Paratus, so even he cannot take this order back, even if he wanted to.
Okay, wait, what?
I was like,
Okay, dumb it down for us.
Basically,
So it's the 4 monarchs?
the command in order to reverse an order made under the Raj Paratus, the 4 separate monarchs of every Ganassi kingdom must agree to reverse this order. Basically what I am saying is that your vampire friends here are going to be hunted regardless. The king cannot take back that decree.
Yeah, okay. So that's not gonna happen. But now,
Unless you want to make a visit to the different 4 Ganassi kingdoms, there's no way around it.
We don't need to make a full visit to the 4 Ganassi kingdoms. They're all coming here for the summit.
This is true, so hopefully we can handle this then. But I just wanted to make you aware of the situation. As far as what he is after, honestly, I don't know. I don't know what he wants to accomplish here. Maybe it's a play for power. Maybe he wants to take over this potential kingdom. But I'm not sure what his motivations are. Are any of you sure what his motivations are?
Yeah, to be a dick.
Killing everything that stands in its way.
What?
Shiziki,
did you shut up?
listen. I don't think it is smart to
I don't think it is smart.
Oh my god.
A noise all at once.
I don't think it is smart for us to pull him out of the throne room.
And honestly, Ravella speaks up. I don't think he'll leave. He has not left since he got here. Not for any reason at all.
It's not just that. It's not just that. You have to understand. If he leaves the throne room, if we go do this out somewhere else, there could possibly be more casualties and than it's really worth. The better we keep it away from people, the less casualties we'll have. We do not need to turn this city into a war zone again. Not the entire city.
No, just the entire castle.
That's fine. The castle will fall.
Ravella says, she speaks up and says, indeed, as the princess, it is one of my responsibilities to try to keep the citizens of this kingdom safe. This battle does not need to leave that throne room.
So, we need to not make it throne room. Which means we all jump in there.
Alright.
I can probably carry Ginzo and get him up to where we need him to be.
Well, the question is, how do we make our entrance then? Because, again, this is somebody it's hard pressed to be able to make a surprise entrance on him. So, aside from us just marching in there.
This is what we do. This is
Father-
what we do.
Ravella speaks up and says, Father is still not 100% convinced. I think, in order for us to truly have success in this battle, he needs to know for sure who was on the right side and who was on the wrong. Though it may be giving away our element of surprise, it can also serve as a distraction. I think we just walk straight through the front door.
Shit.
Make no attempt at a surprise for some of us, but leave some of the more, shall I say, clandestine of your companions to be the ones to implicate, to
Xavier.
bring about the surprise. That is just my opinion. After all,
Xavier, do you like
I'm not a tactician.
So who would be the more clandestine?
Ginzo and Gwen give each other a glance and then chuckle.
I'll go with Ginzo and Gwen.
Well, I know he's got a personal
Ginzo-
vendetta against
Ginzo's
me,
gonna-
so I think I'll be walking in the front door then.
Yeah, I think Ginzo's gonna need something to cover his ass while he gets where he needs to be, or he can cover me while I get him where he needs to be.
Rill speaks up and says, I'm quite proficient in the arts of stealth as well. I could enter first. I'll enter after the rest of you. Provide me a distraction and I'll find my hiding place. You won't know what hit him.
Nick, go to your
Hey, Ginzo, you got any gunpowder on you?
Do I have any gunpowder? Yes, I have gunpowder.
Good. We need to make a mother of all bombs. It'll take us 15 minutes with just me and you.
No,
Well, I don't know whether I have that much.
Well, now
See,
we can
no-
benefit
no
that
of-
everybody's here in the room.
No offense, Aaron. But
I never
I
said
don't
it was going
think
to be
Yeah,
in
you
the
let everybody know. Oh, sorry, I didn't.
I never said it was going to be in the throne room. It's just going to be a distraction. For
Ginzo
the
comes
rest of us
to
to
a
come in.
realization. We could put it on the ceiling. Collapse the
Exactly.
ceiling on top of him. I like the way you think, Aaron.
Let's do it. We can take our time and stick them to the ceiling all the way around. I have probably 5 on me. How many you got on you?
I've got about 5 on me as well. And then when we blow the ceiling in, I have a vantage point. I no longer have to be in the room.
Exactly. So we blow
Ravella
the
speaks up
ceiling.
and says, "Wait, hold on. This throne room, this castle is over 800 years old, and you just want to blow up a piece of the ceiling?"
Yes. Aaron's just blunt as fuck. Yes.
So, just out of curiosity, when are we planning on making this move? Are we doing this tonight? Are we doing it in the morning?
No, me and Ginzo need to get there tonight to where we're not seen, so we can go ahead and plant the explosive.
Okay.
Me and
Someone says,
Ginzo.
I agree. I'm not sure. I agree with the Ganassi here. I'm not sure that collapsing the ceiling is the best idea.
Okay.
No one asked you, nor the freaking fiery one. Listen. We got this.
Well, I mean, are we talking we're gonna have the entire building collapse in on us as soon as we start this fight?
No, just the roof. Just the roof.
Listen, me and Ginzo
It's a
are
pretty
good enough
heavy
with
object, the
explosives.
entire fucking roof,
Wait.
bro.
Me
Nick,
and
you use
Ginzo are
what?
good enough with explosives.
You feel a spectral hand flick you on the head.
You're an annoying pest.
Me and Ginzo are good enough with explosives that we can make it to where it'll only blow up a portion big enough for me and him to be able to aim down and snipe people from a distance to where we don't even have to get involved.
Okay.
Ravella
from a
speaks
distance.
up and says, "Look, while we're planning this, here, I have the blueprints of the throne room. Would you like to see that?"
Yes, please.
Okay. I'm sharing the map.
Because Ginzo, you think we can blow it up just enough to where we have a vantage point and not blow the entire thing up?
I think so.
Good. Me and Ginzo got this. We're not going to blow it to smithereens. We're just going to use enough charge to put it right above the table.
Ravella says, "Oh, and I suppose you're going to pay for the repairs?"
Yes, I will pay for the repairs out of my pocket if you were to shut you up.
Jeez, you gotta be so mean.
Fine. And do keep in mind, I am a princess of the royal Primeralty family.
Yeah,
Yes,
she
I
is a
understand you are.
princess.
I'm literally just going to smack the hell out of freaking me.
I use magic hand and slap the hell out of him back.
You know what?
I just
Instead of
stared at him
rolls,
like
you
he's a
both
giant-
slap each other.
Okay, that's fine.
Listen,
So, Ravella
I will
speaks up
pay-
and says, "I have some other ideas. So if you look to the western and the eastern portion of the room, you'll notice on each side, in total, there are 8 of them in the room. Those are entrances to the open ocean.
Okay,
I don't
so
know if
we
you have
blow a hole
anything
in
you
the
could
side.
use with that.
Look,
we
but-
can blow a hole in the side.
Well, that's not to say that your plan, as much as I hate it, wouldn't work. That's to say that another element of surprise could be gained by someone entering from the sea into the throne room.
I have just the person. Hey, Wilhelm.
Well, Wilhelm's not there.
No, aim with telepathy. Hey, Wilhelm.
Yes, Aaron. How are your plans going?
We might need your help in your airship.
No.
you're not gonna have him ram into the
no,
side of the map,
no,
are you?
No.
I just could imagine that.
Let me
It's like,
finish. Can I finish? Thank you. There's an ocean that we need you to sail across, technically.
and come in through this eastern port of this castle from surprise and blow some shit up.
Oh my god, what is up with you and blowing things up?
So this is an open channel, so you all hear this conversation too,
Oh my
and can respond
God.
to it.
No.
Why don't we just burn it all down? You want me to become my fire self? Why don't we just burn the whole place down? How does that feel? You just want to blow everything up. How about I burn it down? Jeez.
So the game plan is to minimize the amount of damage,
Right?
Not maximize it from blowing the entire thing
What?
up.
Not obliteration.
Okay, well then what do you mean? Then how else should somebody come in from the ocean?
Stealth. Stealth was the
You can
plan.
you can swim underneath. Me, I can breathe
The
underwater.
dolphin
I can
Okay,
turn
well then
into
you
a
can do
dolphin.
that. Because I know the fire you want to just get put out like a candlestick.
No, I'm gonna be the distraction. I'm gonna be the one up there in his face. How about
And,
that?
and you will
Anybody dis- agree with that? Oh, I didn't know you
Zigzag.
cared that much,
You are
Zigzag.
part
Arian.
of the Seven Deadly Sins. I still care about you, even though you are a little shit.
Whatever you say. Jeez. I was gonna be the distraction, but alright.
How about this?
Listen, so Ravella,
Let's
you
walk
come
it
in from the
down.
sea.
Ravella
Ravella comes in
Let's
from
let
the sea.
let's let everybody
hang
put their
on.
2 cents in.
Ravella doesn't need to sneak in. She's the princess. She's allowed to be in the throne room. She's expected to be there. Why is she
She could
sneaking
put
in?
a
She literally can just walk in and be where she's supposed to be.
and just have and then at the end have a knife at his back. You never know.
I have a
And how do
question.
you know he hasn't
many
seen all
water-
this coming?
How many water ganassi do we have on our side
Okay,
that are willing
I
to
like
fight
where
with
your
us?
head's at,
That is the question.
but no, because this is a pseudo god. If we have just regular soldiers go after him, they're just gonna die. This needs to be us. This is why we came out here, and we didn't just say,
Okay.
have the Water Ganassi army fight him.
Well, then let's
That's
do
just
this.
a great
we
idea.
we need at least, if we can have a couple of us come in from underneath, like she was talking about. Let me and Ginzo go set up on top of the roof for when before everyone gets in, we blow the roof, we come in, and then me and Ginzo have our vantage point. Everybody else comes in the room, and we just go ham.
But no, I cannot agree with this, Ravella says, because unless we must persuade my father, and by connection, persuade the Ganassi soldiers. I will not take arms against my own people. And if we just break into the throne room like that, they will take arms against you. And I cannot stand by as you kill innocent soldiers.
Then we do this. Let me and Ginzo go set up the bomb. We don't
Oh
need to
my
use it besides last resort.
I've grabbed the loadout 3 times.
Last resort.
I'm not even joking. Look, here's one, and my other one is
Stop
at that tree.
attempting to
Nick,
blow
Nick,
things
mute.
up.
Nick,
That wasn't
What
Nick,
we
that
can
was Nick's
do-
background, but yeah.
How about this?
What we can do
I'm
is
gonna
me and
throw out
Ginzo can
another
set up.
option, because we've discussed the bomb thing repeatedly. Azrael, you're here, right? With us?
I believe I am. You are blessed with my presence, yes.
Right, you can see the inside of the building from outside, correct? From the windows?
You can.
Can you teleport inside the throne room up top?
What do you mean by up top?
I mean, if you're outside and can visualize the area, can you just teleport Ginzo and everybody else that wants to go there up towards the ceiling? You teleport in, he immediately after coming through the teleportation casts Rope Trick, you have Rope Trick up at the ceiling. No one gets blown up, no bombs.
Sounds good.
I could do this, yes. It would have to be synchronized well, of course, but yes, I believe this would be possible.
Done and done.
Now,
Wait,
again,
Suzuki, I have a question.
Azrael says,
You can polymorph,
"Go ahead."
right?
Not today, I can't.
Damn. Because if you could have polymorphed me into something small, I could have gone, flied up to the roof, used my rope trick so that way it's a little bit easier, so it's already there.
Well, I think we have a plan. So why don't we decide into two, we'll say 3 teams. Team A, Team B, Team C. Team A, walk in the front door, will cause the distraction, will be what sets everything off. Team B will be our snipers and range attackers that are going to go with Aaron with the rope trick. Team C is our stealth people that will sneak in on their own means.
Gwen says, "While I am quite proficient with a bow, I must admit, I am far more deadly with a blade. Plus, the divine power that I command, I cannot channel through my bow. Though I am an assassin, I would prefer to be in the thick of it."
So we'll put you on Team C. You can find a way to be able to sneak in. I'll leave that to your best judgment. I'm sure you can figure a good way of entering, but as stealthily as possible. I'm
Well,
not a
Genzo, I
rogue.
guess
Capable
it
of
leaves just me and you as
teleporting
Team B.
So,
What'd you say, Brandon?
So, well, Genzo, looks like me and you are just our Team B, just us two.
And Azrael says, "And me as well."
Oh, yes, and Azrael.
no, I think Azrael... Oh, well, he's teleporting, so yeah, he definitely would be Team B. Never mind. Derp.
Gwen says, "I'm capable of teleportation myself. I can find my own way in."
Alright.
Good.
For the rest of us that are going to be the front line, who wants to just walk in and just get all the attention?
Ooh, me. Choose me. Right here. Me,
Alright.
please.
Anybody
Yeah.
that wants to do this is going to be on Team A.
Yay.
Yeah, I'm not frontline infantry.
Well, I'm not saying front line, I'm just saying we're going to be the people that go in through the front door. If you want to
Not
be on...
frontline
Hey,
infantry.
Philia,
Uh-huh.
you like to be at a distance?
That's
You
kind
come
of my
with
jam.
Team... Good, then you come with Team B. We can put you in the rope trick, and hopefully you going in and out of it will keep us alive longer for you to be able to do more
Here's-
spell shit.
All I'm hearing is hopefully, and that's not very reassuring.
To be honest, you don't want her there,
Speak up,
because...
though.
Let me throw this out there. You want this thing... This is a ceiling that you said is like 800 feet high, correct?
50.
1,500 feet?
No, the ceiling isn't hundreds of feet. It's like 50 feet high.
Oh, okay. I thought you were
How?
making it sound like a cathedral. Like, we need it to be
Yeah.
within range for the spellcasters to still be able to cast spells. If we make it so
So
far
she
out
could-
there...
so-
And Azrael
That's
speaks up
her.
and says, "Another thing that concerns me is you have engaged in battle with him before. Won't he immediately be suspicious when you approach the front door and there are members of your band that are missing?"
If he is trying to be Raynor, then he is going to have to pretend to act like there is nothing wrong.
Of course, he may pretend, but he may feel as though there is something off when you walk in missing members of your group.
That's fine.
Well,
Because here's the thing. We may be missing members of our group. We are the Seven Deadly Sins. We don't always go with each other everywhere. You have to also think, Shiziki speaks for Prince Raynor, which means he himself walking in there should not look that suspicious because he speaks for Prince Raynor.
But
Him
the
walking in
dwarf
there
and
with
the
a-
human and the tiefling, with
Yes,
just
they will walk in with
them.
him. They will walk in with him. That does not mean me. I'm the only one that's going to be missing out of the party.
Hey,
I'm always
so
missing.
quick question. Is Dorian and Velasquez here the whole time?
You've been there the whole time.
Okay. So Velasquez will speak up. Azrael has a point. I would suggest I polymorph somebody to look like Shiziki, and Shiziki does his thing and look like someone else.
Well, the only person that we have to make someone look like somebody else is me, because I'm the only one missing.
You don't have to be missing. You're just stubborn.
So, it's a good idea, but unfortunately that won't work. Because I know from the last time we encountered him, Relicanter has a means of true sight. So any shape-shifting that we do, he'll see through it.
Yes, but Relicanter already knows who we are. So we don't have to fool him. You want to fool the king, no? The king has to see Raynor. The king has to see Shiziki. The king doesn't have to see Ezreal. Now, before all the battle starts, I can simply drop the polymorph, and in case all of us in magical darkness, everyone shifts positions, and I will just simply proclaim that I have sent Raynor to safety.
That sounds unnecessarily complicated.
Not really. I cast 2 spells.
Right,
It's
with the
a good idea.
expectation that he'll let us do this, and he can see through magical darkness and see through the shape-shifting.
You see, you're thinking about Relicanter. Take Relicanter out of the picture for right now. For what? I'm sorry, Princess. What was your name again?
Ravella.
And your father's name?
Oshaka.
Yes, that guy. So with her father, she stated that we need his men. We need his trust. Who does he trust more? Raynor. Relicanter is just a side piece. You need to speak to the father and earn his trust and show him who the real Raynor is before we engage in combat with said Relicanter / Raynor.
And I'm not one for agreeing with the Lashrios, but to be honest, Shiziki, it's probably the best plan we've got.
Yes, and you do need to be there, Aaron, because if he sees all of us together, there will be no questions, no doubts. We are all in one place together,
Actually,
and we will be
I don't
perfect
have
targets.
To be there. The king has never seen me.
Not
I
the
was
king.
never with.
Okay, Shiziki is thinking about the wrong person, and you're thinking about the wrong person. You don't need to worry about the king. Shiziki needs to worry about the king. You need to worry about Relicanter. Do you understand what I'm saying?
Right.
So you
But here's
need
the
to
thing.
be there. You can run off later. I've seen you teleport, you can fly, you can teleport, you can do all those things, yes. You can open a door and jump in the ocean if you really want to get away that bad. Those are all things that you can do. I can make you walk on water, I can make you breathe underwater, like I can turn you into a goldfish. It's after we go in and engage in combat, that's when the whole scenario changes, and that's where my forte leaves. But over the whole scope of the situation, those are a few things that need to happen. He needs to see Shiziki, since Shiziki is the one he's been having contact with, he as in king, and the king also needs to see Raynor. And then Relicanter needs to see the 7 deadly sins.
So this is what we need to do. Genzo, when this thing goes down, you find somewhere where I can grab you.
So are we blowing the ceiling or not?
Nah, we're not blowing the ceiling. Hey, Genzo, I'm gonna pull out my freaking pistol.
Genzo looks
Yeah.
disappointed, by the way.
Yes, I know. Genzo, take
Oh my
this.
god, what the hell?
Hey, Nick, mute.
Genzo, take this.
Look, you know I got my own guns,
No,
right? As he sort of pats the rifle on his back.
I kind of tapped the gear on it. You're going to warp shot your ass to the ceiling, where you will grab onto the rope trick. You can shoot yourself into the rope trick when I lay it, and then give me my gun back.
So this is me as the DM talking. In order to use the warp shot, you have to be attuned to the gear,
Got it. Never
and
mind.
attuning to an item takes an hour.
Never
So,
mind.
Shiziki, how do you feel about said plan?
It's horrible.
Oh, you really think so? Or are you just saying that?
I don't understand
To
why
be
you think that the
facetious.
king needs to see Raynor. We're trying to prove that Raynor's on his side when it is still just going to be a fake out. I've already made it clear that I'm an ambassador for Raynor. I'm speaking on his behalf. The king knows this. This has all been said and approved. There's no sense
You
in
know
me
what?
dragging Raynor into his own danger. So this
And let's
moving
do this.
people around in the darkness and swapping people out for changing forms is something that we're going to do a complicated procedure with no practice right in front of a guy that can see through all of this with the expectation he's just going to stand there and watch it all go out without intervening
Hey,
at all.
Ginzo.
Well, I mean,
Hey,
it's
Ginzo,
not
you know
like
the
he
best
can
plan is?
counter spell my spells. That's
Hey, Ginzo, you know
inconceivable.
the best plan is no plan at all. Let's just do it and hope for the fucking best. Because at this point, we're not getting anywhere. We go to original plan. Me and Ginzo go for the rope trick. Y'all go in, get in their face.
Ginzo says,
We-
so we are blowing the roof.
Yes, we're blowing the roof.
For fuck's sake, guys.
I like it.
We're blowing.
I think this is a good
We're
plan.
blowing the roof.
All right, so look,
We need to do.
I've
this in the
already
morning.
wasted some of my spellcasting abilities for the day. Are we going today? If not,
We need to
I'm
go in
going
the
to go
morning.
take a nap.
We need to
Alright.
go in the morning. Let me and Ginzo go in at night and set the bomb.
Why set a bomb?
Because we need a vantage point.
Oh, so
Oh,
you want to
yeah.
go ahead and a guy that can see partly into the future, he's going to know about the bomb. And then just by you placing a bomb has already created some type of... You know what?
But he has
I'm
to
going.
act like nothing is wrong.
No, see, here's the thing, guys, and I'm trying to get everybody on the same point here. Let me make this clear. Relicanter's not the only person we're dealing with. Voltier, who's probably sniping and watching the location and is an explosives expert, will probably see you go and set this up. So if we go in and try and set up a bomb the night before, there's a fair chance you're going to get caught in the middle of it, and then you guys are going to be off to the side while we're trying to rest in the middle of the night. And then everything's gone to shit. So, simple is going to be the best way we can do this. I thought us all going in at the same time with 3 different teams was about as complicated as we really needed it to go. But if that's too much, then do it even simpler. All the 7 sins together to walk in the front door so he thinks we're all together, and all the people that are assisting us can be in the wing somehow. But setting up a bomb and trying to do this whole explosion thing, not seeing that happening with us being able to prep that and him not see it coming. Us trying to shapeshift and do things around while he can true sight, not seeing how that's going to work without him knowing what's going on and intervening. So, if you guys have a plan that's not quite so complicated, I'm all for it. But this is way too much.
Ravella speaks up and says, well, I hate to give you guys a bit of information that would lend credence to, their plan to blow up a sacred building, but there's another individual with them too, a Baron Vondel from Gilstead, recently appointed. What if this Voltaire you're speaking of is this Baron Vondel? I'm not saying I know, I don't have the expertise or the wherewithal to even conjecture about it beyond how much I already have, but what if he's already in the room with him?
Well, I don't think that's really going to change things too much. As far as all of us, I mean, what's the game plan? We need to get all of us in the room at one time?
Stand by.
Audio issues?
I say we just kick in the front door, go in,
This is me.
kill Relicanter, kill everyone else that tries to attack us while we're attacking Relicanter, and then leave, but leave all the Ganassi alone. It's a very sound
will
plan.
again reiterate, I cannot stand by as any of you kill Ganassi soldiers.
Yeah, that's what I just said. We don't kill the Ganassis. We just kill everyone else.
So when their swords are in the process of falling down upon you, what do you do then?
I knock them out. I mean, I can kind of send people to extraplanetary dimensions, so no offense, princess, but your guards are kind of chumps. I mean, they didn't even rescue you. It took 3 of us to rescue you. And your entire guard force can't... I think I can knock out a couple of your guards fairly easily without killing anybody. Trust me. Now, Aaron...
Princess, can't you tell the guards to not attack us? I've already informed the king. I've sent the crown. He knows that there's an imposter in the room. You know this.
He still is not convinced. He has his suspicions, sure. I believe you definitely have the advantage on that when it comes to convincing him of who you are, and rather who his immediate company is not. But if you just walk in and start attacking, the gods are going to believe that they are coming to the aid of their king.
How about we figure out a way to make Relicanter show his true face?
You have some means of doing that?
You know that non-magical force field?
So the non-magical force field won't work on changing him back. I know this from being me. There's a couple spells that can do it. Things like Moonbeam. Otherwise, it's knocking him unconscious.
Well, then,
Question,
I
was
could cast
Azrael there?
Moonbeam.
Yeah, Azrael's here.
Was he there whenever you were given the amulet from Dorian?
I was given an amulet from Dorian?
Yes.
Yes. But no. Azrael was not there. We did it when we had our little privacy meeting at the house.
Never mind.
oh
then.
yeah, the
Okay.
amulet.
What is it, an
I
amulet
see.
of telepathy?
Nope, it's
No,
the amulet from
the
Sea
amulet.
Shroud.
Oh, yeah.
You have the Sea Shroud amulet, don't you?
Yeah, I do.
I have a question. It's a
Alright.
risk. It's a risk.
So are you asking a question or
way.
proposing a statement?
Proposing something.
Oh, okay. Just
If
wanted to
we-
clear that up.
If we melt, it's a risk, but it might work. Now, how you were talking about changing that spear that you have into a bullet, we could do something with that with the amulet into an arrow, and one of us can shoot a bullet. Genzo.
He
And
sort of gives
keep
you
the
a
amulet.
2-finger salute.
Can shoot the amulet bullet into him, which means that will be into his body, which will show his form.
I hate to be the bearer of bad news, but that from what Shiziki has told me about the arrow, that will not work. You cannot melt down artifacts.
Not an artifact, necessarily.
Still is a
Oh, okay.
magical item.
It's it's just a...
And when it comes to transforming an enchanted item into something else, it's possible, but you risk destroying the enchantment in the process. It's not guaranteed, but it is a risk.
I have enough salts, I have enough
ability, an enchanter that another
Make
one,
more?
but
Can you?
I can make.
So then how can you break one down if you don't understand it? You're a mechanic. How do you not know
I
that?
can break it down because I know the molecular structure of things of being an enchanter.
Yes, you know how an
I
arrow works, you
understand.
know how iron works, but you can't break down spells because you do not know how to put them back together.
Then do you want to help me with this?
No, I do not. Because I don't know how to make a god-killing arrow.
It's not.
And what if you
Ginzo
miss?
doesn't miss.
You got that right.
Yeah. Yeah, I find that unlikely. That there is not
Ginzo.
one time he has ever missed in his entire life.
He may not
Ginzo.
miss, but people can still dodge.
Inside
Ginzo
check.
never
Right?
misses.
Never once in his entire life has he ever missed a mark.
It's 13.
Wow.
I still don't believe him. I don't.
You believe that he believes he never misses.
Yeah.
You're confident.
Yeah,
His
you see?
confidence is overwhelming.
Yeah.
Suzuki,
See,
I will.
No.
Suzuki, I can do it.
Yeah, no. So we're talking
Why?
about melting it
What?
down
So what?
into a bullet, and then we're going to
Yes,
hope
and
that
then-
that doesn't break it to try and shoot him and hope that doesn't miss. Why don't we just have a reason to make
Are
him
you-
touch the amulet or slap it on him?
Okay, yeah, he's gonna let you close enough to him to slap it on him or touch him.
I don't think he has a choice. If I need to get close to him or I want to get close to him, he cannot outrun me. I mean, look at the
I can
last
get
fight. I was on his ass the whole time.
I could get close to him too. That's not the point.
Yeah, you gonna
The
shoot him
point-
in point blank range with your gun after you melt the artifact into a
I
bullet?
think that's number 4 for this session. I think that's number 4.
So here's my thought then, if we have the amulet that can stop him from changing. If we hit him with the arrowhead that stops him from teleporting away, because I don't think Relicanth or Raynor has a means of teleporting. So even if he teleports, that's a little conspicuous. But if we hit him with that, he can't teleport away, then we have somebody that's a beefy frontline man like Dorian to go and force the amulet on him. All it has to do is touch him, and then it reveals him.
You know, in all honesty, Aaron, we all know you're a skilled marksman. You're good at what you do, and you're really powerful. But I honestly think you should not be attacking Raynor. You should be handling the extras. You could take them out in just a couple shots and just take
I'm
them
not talking
down.
about me shooting him. I'm talking about Ginzo.
I know, but I say when we go in there into combat, you should definitely be the one to attack the others.
That's fine.
What about we do something like to prove yourself, you have to wear this amulet, and if he doesn't, he looks suspicious. But if he does, he shows his true face.
No, because then, well, that would work, but the problem is what if he says, what if Relicanter asks Shiziki to wear it to prove that he is who he is? Then we're fucked.
No, we're not fucked. I can talk my way out of any situation. And I'm going to be going in as you see me now. Our Raynor is not going to be coming. That's why I didn't want him involved in this.
Well, then you know what? We need to stop talking and just get to action, and we'll just do this.
Yeah, let's just go in.
We've been arguing with you more than anybody else here.
Yeah,
Bruh.
I just say let's go in. Like, we got a plan. Let's make him wear this necklace, and yeah. we fight him.
So Gwen speaks up and she says, so the three of us, pointing at herself, Genzo, and as well as Rill Forglade, we will be around.
Hold up. What? Hold up.
Wait.
You can get close to him. Just say the amulet is a gift, and then he can't refuse it. He has to take it.
Who are you talking to?
Princess.
Ravella.
Oh, Ravella.
Yeah. Just say it's a gift from you, and then he has to take it. He can't deny it. It would be disrespectful.
That is true.
Just say it's a gift from you, and then he has no choice. He has to take it into his own hands.
No.
And if he
it's a gift
denies, just say you insist.
You insist, and then what you do, Ravella, is you say, "Let me put it on you," in front of everybody, so that way he has to bow his head so you can put it around his neck.
And then what's to keep him from killing me immediately afterwards?
Me?
Oh.
If he goes to attack, I will shoot him.
Do not worry about that child. Death is not the end. Ask Felia. She knows all about that.
We will not let you die, Ravella.
I sincerely hope so. As she reaches her hand out and sort of grabs Gwen by the hand. Gwen looks at her and says, "Look, I'll have eyes on you at all times. It'll be okay."
No one is dying tomorrow.
So it sounds like a plan. Let's do this. Are we getting this today, tomorrow? What are we doing?
We need all to rest. We need it
All right.
in the morning.
Then let's
Do
rest.
do we need to rest? I mean, I've wasted one spell today.
Do
Who
we know
Ravella
what
says
spells we can get?
Rest.
Out of game,
would
I
prefer
have.
to rest. You have to what?
Out of game, I have to go to bed in like 20 minutes.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. That's
We
another
literally
thing.
have been arguing about this.
So that
So
that might make a
We can
sort of a
just
damper on things.
we can just get to a point this session to where we feel as though we can get into combat rather quickly next session.
Okay. On that note,
Yeah.
I'm gonna say this now before I squirrel and forget. Since we're going into battle next session, preferably immediately, if not within 30 minutes, I'm going to use the scroll that I just got.
Before you
So just so
no,
you know, I think
wait,
Crown of Stars only lasts for like an hour.
Oh, so I can't prep anything.
You can use
I mean,
it
if
right
if
as
you
you
have
walk
anything
into
that
the
lasts-
temple.
Yeah, or as you're approaching the door.
here's all I want to know of what we can agree on. Are we doing this in game tonight or in game in the morning after everyone's rested?
End game after everyone's rested.
What does Aaron need? Like, why does he need to rest?
Well, I need my spell slots that I used last thing. I need those back. All three of them.
I mean, and I do know that Shiziki is down a few things.
Yeah, and I need to recharge my gears. I need to recharge my ammunition, so I'm gonna use all of my spell slots for that. So I need to rest.
So the point that I would like to get to, this session is like where you guys basically, I want you guys to, if possible, be like at the throne room door. So that way, like, there's nothing else to do when
Okay.
next session starts.
All I need to know.
So
We going in the morning? We going tonight? Which
Going
one?
in the morning because then that gives you time to rest to get both of your form twice back.
I can do
Plus
whatever.
we have the stone, and then that gives in the morning.
The sum of our cast, so to speak.
Yeah.
And then I've already got the plan for what we're gonna do once we're standing at the doors. So we're good there.
As do I. So we're good there.
Okay. Okay. So, are we agreed that we're doing that? We're resting and we're attacking in the morning at the doors?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, I'm for it.
Okay. So, on that note, I will cast Wish, Hero's Feast,
Okay.
and then take rest.
Cool.
Yeah.
Sounds great.
What sort of food are you making for your hero's feast? I just like to ask when people use that spell.
That is a good question.
Real quick, Gavin. Where are we still in the church, or like where are
Yes, you are still in the Temple of Sylvanus.
we? Is there a giant tapestry that hangs to the ground?
There is.
Okay, Vlasius will create his mansion, and then we can all rest in there, behind the tapestry. I'll make the door behind the tapestry,
Okay.
and then we can have everybody in there.
And then we can
And
fast
since-
forward to being at the door.
Yeah, since Blue is not in here anymore, the kitchen is definitely a lot smaller now. It can seat like 20 people, but and all the bedrooms are back.
So you guys have gotten a good look at the map for next session, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
The cuisine for the evening will be of locale, I suppose. Whatever the locals tend
Seafood.
Yeah, seafood.
Yeah.
It's all seafood. Everything. Last time we were here, it was only seafood.
Then we will indulge in the local cuisine.
It's a big seafood feast. Big crab boil.
Mm-hmm. There you go.
Alright, you
Oh,
got some
butter lobster,
crab, you got
lobster.
calamari, you got some sea bass, you got some lobster,
And,
shrimp.
Everyone gets a good 5-gallon bucket of butter because that's how that shit works.
Hey, do you have the cheese biscuits from Red Lobster?
Ooh, those
Yeah.
are good.
Yes.
No, those are gross.
I don't like them, but I understand the appeal. So yes,
I mean-
but not as much as you would think. So just like 30 or so,
If-
not necessarily huge.
If you like breathing, then you won't like those. If you don't like breathing, then you probably love those biscuits.
Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of them, but
Whatever,
I
right?
everyone
love
else seems to
those
like them. So I was like, guys,
Those
let's
are
just
some
do a
darn
good
biscuits.
30 or so, but nothing of large.
Hey, Sean.
Well, is that pretty much the session for tonight?
No.
For me, it is.
Yeah, I would still like to get to the point where you guys are literally standing at the door. That way, there's nothing, because if you guys aren't standing at the door, then when we start next session, you can get into something else. But if you're standing at the door, it's not like you're going to turn around and it's like, wait, you know what? I want to go fuck around over here.
I have
Like
to
you're
pee.
at the door. So
Well,
that's where I want to be at.
well, that's
I
it
gotta
for
go
Aaron, 'cause
tinkle.
Aaron has to be up at 4 o'clock in the morning.
Aaron?
Yeah. Well, Brandon has to be up at.
But it's
4
like,
o'clock in the morning. So.
Okay, so everybody can do the thing to roll. I'm just gonna go and tell you what I'm doing to prep, so it's all there. And I'll even tell you the stuff that me and Kelly figured out, so we can just crank through this. In the morning, Kelly's gonna cast Wish. She's gonna make us all immune to his laser beam effect. Everybody. I'm gonna give her a Supreme Mana Potion, so she gets all those spell slots back.
Should she do that to multiple people, or is it just one?
You can, where is it? Up to 10 creatures you can see gain permanent up to 10 creatures you can see become immune to a spell or magical effect for 8 hours. So everybody in the group
So
is now
a
immune.
single magical effect.
Yeah, it's his laser beam.
Yeah. The thing where he holds like one finger out and shoots a laser from that. Okay, gotcha. I will emphasize ahead of time, just so when it's questioned, I will just reference back to me saying this. It is good against a single magical effect. As in, you have to name it. Even if you don't know the name of it, that's fine, but it is the magical effect that is defined by that particular name of magical effect.
Wait, hold up. Why don't you just use your wish spell to blind him from his
future, his like foresight.
I don't think it's gonna work because that's the whole thing of him being a god, and it. Because I think that's his divine power, so I don't think we can actually block it that way.
Alright, it's not
Get away
Well-
from him.
Gavin, real quick, let me know, is Mind Blink going to help with his foresight?
Let me look up Mind Blank.
Yeah. Immune to psychic damage and any effect that would sense its emotions or read its thoughts, divination spells, and charmed condition. The spell even foils wish spells and spells or effects of similar power used to affect the target's mind or gain information about the target.
Maybe.
Because according to Raw, it works 100%. But according to rules as attended, it's opinionated.
I'll say maybe. It might.
Okay.
Alright, so
Think about it.
I'm doing real quick. Next, I will take at some point while Aaron was meditating or during the night, whatever. I'm going to take my last bit of Alchemist Fire. I'm going to load it into the giant dildo. So that's in there. I'm going to make Antithesis into a dart gun. I'm going to load one of Archie's delayed reaction shots into that. Before we go, actually in the morning, Jimmy won't be around. So if I can find a dead person, maybe I can rip out Jimmy's soul, but otherwise Jimmy's gone. Any chance to find a dead person in the morning?
Aaron will
say
kill
it's
someone
unlikely.
for you. It's okay. Aaron will kill something. He's got it. He loves to go on murder sprees. Aaron's got you.
It's
No, it was a
you know.
certain district. I am not just going on murder spree.
Aaron will just go kill somebody. It'll be fine. You'll find a dead person in front of your door in the morning. It's okay. Aaron will do it for you.
It's like the dominoes of dead people. What's up?
In regards to souls, does it have to be humanoid? Like, if he just needed to collect a soul, could it be like a cat or a rat or something? No? It's gotta be humanoid? Seven. I was
Potentially.
I'm like, you could just, like, eradicate some pests, I'm just saying.
I would
Think
say
that's
when it comes
possible, too.
to like rats and stuff, likely not.
Okay, alright.
Aaron's
Now,
now
if it
the
was like a
exterminator.
wolf or something, sure, but like a rat, no, because then he could just be like, "Oh, so I'm gonna carry a fly swatter with me, and anytime there's a fly that I hear buzzing around my head, I'm gonna
Well, I
swat
think
that
it's
and pull
like-
Jimmy out of it."
You could do rats, but it has to be like, for one human soul, you have to have the equivalent of like 30 rats or something. I don't
You
know.
have to have 1,000 rats.
No.
I'll say.
Alright, anyway.
Alright, so
Okay,
I'm
I
going
got
to
a list of things
bed.
I'm cranking out here, guys. I'm just doing it. So, if I get Jimmy,
Aaron-
I'll have Jimmy. Hold on. If I get Jimmy, have Jimmy, I'm gonna go and load up his belt. I got a list of potions. I can put that in there. I'll have him for that. Last night, whenever we had hours to attune to stuff, I'm gonna swap something out. I'm going to unattune to the Life Hunter Scythe to my Badge of Consumption and reattune to the Control Matrix for the Arcanobot. So I have that. And then before we go into the fight, right as we're at the door, I'm going to drink a bunch of potions. I'm going to do Bear Strength, Eagle Splendor, Heroism, Poison... I don't need Poison Resistance because we got the Heroes thing. And then take a Archie shot and a Potion of Haste. Right before we walk in the door.
Can anybody give me a potion of haste? I would kind of like one if anybody has like an extra one.
Are you kidding?
Jesus.
I don't know if anybody has an extra one or not.
Yeah.
Stand by. Potion of haste?
Never even had one.
Negative.
And before we walk in the door, since I got it back, I'll cast Glibness.
Womp.
Cool. So,
Yeah, you
I
write
mean,
all
we
that
can
down?
call it. No, but it's in the stream, and I'll take his word for it. So, I mean, you guys are going to have a moment when you're walking through the door to just say you do all these things. So, honestly, that's it's kind of not my thing to keep track of that. That's for players to keep track of. So, so I'm okay with calling it tonight, as long as it's like in the morning. You've all decided that you're going straight there.
Drop. Push forwards.
Okay.
Yeah. I mean, I would probably
I'm
grab
good
a
with that.
nice power bar before I go, but yeah, absolutely. That's the plan A, for sure.
Deal then. And Genzo speaks up and says, "So, the rest of us, I would say Rill would speak up. So what about my brother? I feel as though Arca should accompany you through the front door. Just say he's a bodyguard you hired."
Yep, I'm cool with that.
Then myself, Genzo, and Gwen, as he looks over to her and gives her a wink, we will be on standby, and we will find our own entrance. Sound like a plan.
Yep, sounds good. I'm good. I don't-
Yeah, sounds
No.
good. Yep. Don't have any.
Wait. 15 seconds. Jazz talk, hang on.
Oh.
Just kidding, never mind, you're fine. Continue.
Okay.
I needed clarification. I was like, oh wait, no, just kidding. Alright. Yeah, alright.
He says, "Well, if that's the case, I will retire to my quarters. We have some rooms laid out for the lot of you up on the top floor. You'll find your accommodations respectable."
Great.
Do you not see the mansion that we're in right now?
I didn't realize you guys actually walked in there. I thought
Yeah.
that was...
That's
Yeah,
where our
Behind
rooms
the
are, dog.
tapestry.
Yeah.
Never mind.
Right.
You wouldn't say that then. I didn't realize you guys were currently standing inside the mansion.
I would recommend that everyone from our party is inside the mansion and stays here through the night. Because if we are going to stay the night, we no longer have any kind of element of surprise. He already knows we're here. Because I guarantee you, one of you has already been scryed on.
Sure.
Would not surprise me.
Alright, so I guess the next session we will see the climactic showdown with Relicanter, which has been up and coming for a while. I mean, you first heard of him, not by name, but as an individual, back in Sea Shroud. So, this has been a long time coming.
Oh, by the
Yeah,
way,
I think we would have got it to it quicker if Aaron wasn't insisting on blowing shit up.
It's... to
Hey,
talk
but I
about
had
the
a
plans for
damn good
while.
idea
It's
with
not-
Dan. I'm just saying.
That was a good idea, yes.
Hey guys, so we're practically done, right?
Yeah, I mean, the next thing we could really get involved in is combat, and let's be honest, without how many players there are and how many NPCs are in there, that's not something you guys are going to make any sizable amount of progress on tonight.
Right.
Yeah, we should just camp on it. Because I'm headed to bed because I gotta get up in the morning.
alright, I'm stopping the
Shed.
recording then.
Yeah, you can go ahead and stop the recording. Hey, real quick, I wanted to mention this to everybody about